find the right mentorship, and that people can reach out to people that they aspire to. And what I found is that successful people can't wait to share, as long as you're also going in with the right intention, and they will keep sharing as long as you show that you're also putting in the work and implementing what they've shared with you.
Welcome, everyone, to the Road Less Traveled Show. This is a show about people that were successful in a previous career and left that career to go down a different path. I'm your co-host, Richard Coyne.
And I'm your co-host, Bill Zahller.
On today's show, we're so pleased to have with us Dr. Alex Tam. Dr. Tam, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Alex, thank you again for being on the Road Less Traveled Show. And to start with, can you tell the listeners a little bit about your background and how long you were in that line of work?
Yeah, so I started my practice May 27th of 2009. And as a chiropractor, it was going to be mainly a chiropractic office. In 2016, we became an integrated medical practice where we do regenerative medicine, IV therapy, spinal disc therapy. And now we have another chiropractor, 2 nurse practitioners, and 4 other staff in the office. I'm still in the office 2, maybe 3 days a week. And because I love what I do, on top of that, I get to have great access to some of the best healthcare that I know I put together. In 2018, I went to a conference and learned about real estate syndications and really dove into the education process. And now we're in multiple GP general partner positions, LP positions, and JV positions as well. And on top of that, I started a virtual assistant agency last year, and now we're serving about 50 clients. So we're pretty excited about that.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
What markets do you look at geographically for the multifamily?
So we have amazing partners in the Texas area, Nebraska, Cincinnati, Kentucky, and also in Indianapolis as well. So
great.
That's usually where we focus.
Excellent.
All right, nice. So as you look back, maybe it was, I don't know, med school, or maybe perhaps, some of your early days in your chiropractic field. Is there a funny story you can share, something that you experienced along the way?
One of the big things that I remember was early on, it was maybe 8th quarter in. So it's a 12-quarter system. At about 8th quarter, we're just about to go into the clinic. It's actually more scary than funny. The principal came into the class and he says, 2 years after you guys graduate, 50% of you will no longer be practicing chiropractors. And I was like, wait, you're telling us this 8th quarter in?
Right.
And our class of 33 looked at each other and we're like, no way. Well, I said, I remember that very vividly when he came in, because it was a scary moment.
Mm-hmm.
And about 2.5 years in, I look back into Facebook and it was right around 50%.
Wow.
People were doing something else other than the profession that they chose.
Wow.
So I was shocked, because as a chiropractic physician, you have to open your own office. And if you love the work, but if you don't know how to market, how to do business, then it's kind of a failure, from there, because the school doesn't teach you that. The school doesn't teach you finances, marketing, right? So you got to really learn it on your own.
Yeah. That's funny. Wow. I mean, I real quick, I have my aunt her ex-husband was a chiropractor, and I have no idea the story behind this, but he's a nurse now. And I'm like, wait a minute, why would you go from chiropractic to being a nurse?
Right.
I respect both fields, of course, but at some point in time, I don't understand the transition. There's a story there that I don't know. So, yeah.
Right. You should ask him one of these days. See what he went through, because I know guys that went into politics.
Mm-hmm.
They start selling real estate. They start selling insurance. One guy started an online casino. I was like, wait, what?
Right.
So all over the place.
Yeah. Well, it definitely sounded like you adapted also, though, right? Because you went into chiropractic, but then you've also morphed the office into the regenerative health, and which is interesting. We know a friend here in the Carolinas, South Carolina. I think he had 5 practices too, but did this exact same thing. He started out as a chiropractor and then did the regenerative health and then runs those now. So it was just kind of interesting parallel course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, as you were going along there, what was a deciding factor that made you want to transition? You said you went to the seminar, kind of opened your eyes. Was it just kind of more freedom, or wanted multiple streams of income, or kind of what was a deciding factor in going down the real estate path?
It was definitely both. Number one, because the money that we made, we didn't know how to reinvest it, right? And we didn't know what vehicle to choose. I've done a little bit of day trading, right? And that was way too stressful for me, right? The pre-market, boom, 6:30 hits or 9:30, right? East Coast time. And it was crazy. So I didn't like the volatility of the market, but I love real estate because it's something that it's a hard asset, right? And people always need a roof over their heads, and it's a service. It's a service that it's a product that you're providing for people. And it lines up with my values on the medical side as well. So that's how we dove into it. And of course, the fact that it can create passive income, which can create freedom and financial independence, right? And that's what we really have been really shooting for and have achieved.
That's great.
Yeah. That's so important. I mean, we talk about it all the time that there are so many people that love their job. Again, great. You love your job. Keep doing it. Do it well. Excel. But at the same point in time, don't think that just, whether you make a conscious decision to place all your eggs in one basket, you're placing all your eggs in one basket if you're just relying upon your single employment job. So do something else, create another stream of income. Maybe it is that you wind up being a great day trader and, you can do some of that on your part-time or whatever. That field didn't do well for me either. Not that I particularly day traded, but I did try to really kind of dive a little deeper into it. And it just was something that's, I just don't have enough knowledge. But again, create another stream of income, just give yourself more ability to be independent down the road by having some other stream of income. So.
Absolutely.
And it's certainly like the day trading, though, it's certainly not passive, right? Because that's an active. You have to every day you got to go out and perform to make that work. Like you said, eventually, if you get the real estate or other passive ones, and you can magnify your time because you've got that time back to either do things you'd like to do or to further yourself in business, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
it's kind of like the real estate side versus multifamily, which can be at some point passive to investors. Versus if you fix and flip, you really just another job, right? Is you have to go and work that to get it fixed, and then flip it, resell it, and repeat the process. Otherwise, your income stops.
Right. And then I've met so many great people through real estate, and it's like everyone's going after the same goal, right? Everyone wants to provide some form of financial freedom, generational wealth for their family. And it's just, I've gone to more seminars. I average about one seminar a month, but I've done so many places that I wouldn't have even thought of visiting. At the beginning of the year, I was at Raise Fest, and it was in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. I would have never thought I'd end up in Kentucky if it wasn't for a seminar like that. But meeting so many phenomenal people, I really enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Nice. So as you were really going down the real estate path and really getting into that, were there initially some obstacles you had to overcome?
Well, yeah, because when I first got into real estate, I thought it was just my wife and I were going to do it on our own. Right. I did not know that there was a team, you see. So one of my first coaching calls, they said, well, let me break down what a team looks like. Oh, there's the acquisition people, right? There's the KPs and asset management, capital raise. I said, oh my gosh, wow, there's so many different key roles. So then he says, well, what role do you play? And I said, that's a great question. First of all, I didn't even know that there were roles. And now we got to figure out what role do I play. And because of my background with marketing, being a doctor, we're always consulting with people all the time. I said, I think I'll do great in investor relations, right? And maybe play a role also in asset management. So that's really my role now with the team that we joined.
Nice.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, it's so important. I mean, everybody starts out there, they're kind of wearing all hats. And at some point, it makes sense because you need to learn a little bit about all aspects of the business, right? So you can under how they all fit together. But at one point, like you said, you can't scale it. It's not a one person show when you get into like large multifamily properties. It's just, you can't do it by yourself. And like you said, people have, like you said, if you're good interacting with people and are good with investor relations, somebody else is probably, more of an introvert and really good with numbers and doing the spreadsheets, but wouldn't enjoy interacting with people all the time. So you kind of offset everybody's, kind of pair the strengths and weaknesses together and come up with a strong team.
That's it. That's the biggest thing, is being able to complement each other in a team. And I believe we do that on our team. We do it really, really well.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Well, as you look back, what was one of your first victories you can point to as you transitioned into multifamily, and when it really solidified the fact that this is something that we can do, it's achievable, and it's a clear path to this multiple streams of income?
Yeah. When we invested even as an LP, right? And seeing the money coming back, like people always talk about, oh yeah, make money while you sleep as an LP, right? And you do your first investment, and that first investment is scary, right? You pretty much sign a contract, you put your money in, you wire the money, right? And it's a good chunk of change. And you're hoping on the other side that people are going to do it right. But as you start seeing the passive income come in month over month, year over year, and then the education, when I dove into the active side, it's like, oh, wow. There's people are doing this for real. No one's out there trying to scam anyone, right? Intentionally. At least the majority, 99.9% are trying to do it right. Because when you hear it from family and friends, they're like, oh, you better watch out. Might be another Ponzi scheme out there, like a pyramid scheme or something. It's just the unknown. And so many people, when they don't know, they can I've heard stories where people have gotten either scammed or screwed over and whatnot. And one of the biggest reasons why I went active is because when I was doing passively, I have friends like you guys that would ask me, hey, Alex, what are you doing? I see that you're posting about it, you're talking about it. And I'll say, yeah, just go read the website, and it's not even my website, someone else's website, right? And then a month later, I talk to them. I say, hey, do you ever talk to those people? Oh, no, I don't even know them and whatnot. And enough people reached out to me where, I said, I gotta figure this out. Because Bill and Richard, I was looking at education. Like, I didn't initially wanted to do it because I was just investing passively. But enough people reached out where I said, hey, if I'm going to give you an advice on what to do and share information, like, Bill, I better know what I'm talking about. So once I learned that, I feel very confident in what I talk about now. And I only talk about things I know. There's still a lot that I don't know, right? And from there, people now are reaching out to me, asking me about real estate. And I can feel confident to tell them about who our team members are, that I've invested with them myself, right? That, I've had people approach me where they don't put any of their money in the deal. And initially, when I heard that, I was like, that doesn't even sound right. Right? You want me to put money in your deal, but you're not putting any money in your own deal. So have you guys experienced that, or was it just me?
I've seen it before too, but again, that's not the approach we like or participate in either ourselves. I mean, we have. I quite honestly, I think that's a big. If you're, again, you're talking to somebody and they're considering making an investment with what you're doing, and again, like you said, it's not a small chunk of change. It's 50,000. It might be more. To me, you gotta be able to say and look them in the eye and say, yes, we have invested. We put our own money in these deals too. It's important for us to put our money where our mouth is to demonstrate that we have the confidence in this deal to be willing to ask somebody else for money. I think you gotta do that. If you don't put money in the deal, I don't believe that either. I would question that too. Yeah,
absolutely.
Right. I would definitely, I think if they don't have skin in the game, it's a big red flag from the sponsorship, but they don't trust them, or they're not well capitalized enough to have it. There's something's amiss there, alignment of interest anyhow with the investors.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I've really learned,
Yeah. Yeah, good. So, Alex, maybe in the real estate side now, is there funny, or it could be scary? So, any story you can share, something that has happened to you?
I would say that at the beginning, I know we learned about buying right, financing right, and then managing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize how important the management is, because, the exciting part happens at the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You buy it, you finance it, you close a deal. And as we are getting investors involved, I learned more and more about the management side, about how intense that can be. We have partners that are phenomenal asset management, couple that has a vertically integrated property management company, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you are on the GP team and you got to see what it was like, I said, holy moly, it takes some work to do this. That in itself could be a full-time job, depending on how many properties you're looking at. I realized real quick why you need a team, because if you have a few hundred units, you need someone who's asset management on that side. And then you need another person who's really doing the acquisitions, because it's hard to do both as you scale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And that was my big aha moment. I thought it was kind of boring, but no, it's actually kind of intense.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts and pieces when you're running a multi-hundred unit asset, not to mention multiple of instances of those assets together. When you're running more than one asset, there's so many moving parts and pieces. You got to stay on top of the property management firm, because that's our job, to manage the property management firm, to make sure things are going well and look for signs of something that needs to be tweaked or adjusted and improved. And then on top of that, a lot of times you're doing a capital improvements, capital expenditure money to renovate units, and there's a lot going on. That's right.
It is a lot. Yeah. Especially during the stabilization period, right? Once it stabilizes, and then it's smoother, right? But I also know people who, maybe the practice is done like that in different groups, where they acquire a property and they didn't really manage that property correctly. And then they go ahead and acquire another one without this one having stabilized yet. And now this one is being kind of pushed in the back burner a little bit. So have you guys seen that too?
Fortunately, no, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
But I do think that again, it is a constant reminder. Look, as to buy the second asset and the third asset and the 10th asset, you still have to run the first asset.
Right.
And again, because you got investors dependent upon you to generate proper returns. So
Right.
Well, where are you today on your journey? You said you've gone from the LP to the GP side, and then kind of where are you today, and what's your vision for as you continue to grow?
Yeah, as we continue to grow, we've joined. We went from working with multiple operators, and we still do JVs with different operators and building the generational wealth properties. But I've mainly joined a team called Compounding Capital Group, where we focus in the Indianapolis, Cincinnati, but then Northern Kentucky area, that type of, 2-hour circle area, where we've built a phenomenal team. Well, I've really joined a phenomenal team where we have a great operator and great acquisitions, a phenomenal person who does underwriting, right? I come in as the investor relations. And from there, we're going to scale our team, over time. And it doesn't have to be quick. We're looking for something that's consistent. We want to progress consistently, and we're not looking to acquire any just random deal. Everything has to make sense, especially during times like these. Right. So as we grow, we're going to get more people, bring more people, and bring virtual assistants under our team as well that mainly work for the team. So we're really excited about that.
Nice. Absolutely. Yeah. And then it's so key, right? Every deal needs to be accretive to the overall. It's not just deals to do deals. They all have to, add to the positive side of the transaction. If it's in a fund or one-off deals, however it is. But Yeah, because we were talking too. You always want to play. We're playing the long game on this, right? It's not
Right.
There's no what we can do in 6 months. It's what we can do in 5 years, 10 years. Again, for the generational wealth, like you said, people can continue to. They can go through a project, 1031 to the next project. I mean, you can continue to push that down the road and really compound at a much exponential rate on that versus what you'd get linear on that with the taxes and all that reset. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Good. So, Dr. Alex, is there anything you can mention that you can talk about that you either do personally or perhaps through your business as a way to help give back, to help others in some way?
Yeah, I mean, I would say starting off in the real estate journey is I didn't realize how important masterminds and relationships are.
Mm-hmm.
I would say when people first start, find a mastermind that really is going towards the same mission, vision, and core values that you have, right? There's so many masterminds out there. And I don't recommend just choosing one. I think first, you have to, as a person, figure out what your goals are, right? Because you don't want to just go off of someone else's goals. We have enough examples, but you really got to write down, and if you're involved with a spouse, really get together and figure out what your goals together are and understand the commitment that it takes. Because at the beginning, the education process, the mastermind, the meetings, the seminars, it is a time commitment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a time commitment. So understand what the time commitment is. Understand that both parties, when you're involved in a relationship, are okay with that. Like, hey, we're going to jump into this and we're going to have to spend hours a week. It's not just, we will have to sacrifice some things. In order to be great at something else, you're going to have to sacrifice something, and as long as you go in expecting that, then it's okay. And relationships, I've realized, is a huge key. You can't, we talk about the numbers all the time and the location, market, and which is great, but don't devalue the value of a relationship. That has been huge for us. If we didn't make the connections that we've made, we wouldn't be forming the relationships and the companies and joining teams and being in the deals that we're in. I 100% believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Richard and I always talk about too. We mentioned, to especially new people starting out. We again just driving the fact that you're saying there that we're not in the real estate business; we're in the relationship business. At the end of the day, like you said, it's a relationship with the investors that entrust their funds with you. It's a relationship with the brokers that bring you deals because they know you can close. And all that is just like you said, it's all relationship driven is what makes it work. Yeah, we 100% couldn't agree more on that.
Yeah. I thought it was just money and finances at the beginning. Nope.
Right.
Relationships matter quite a bit. I know people who have money, but they're not being partnered up with people, or people who are, who also have money may not want them as a partner because their relationships weren't right. They didn't feel connected or bonded.
And we've known people that have had the highest bid and still not been awarded the deal because of the relationships.
That blew me away. I didn't know that happens. I thought as a seller, you want the highest bidder. Nope. The relationships matter more. Holy moly. That blew my mind.
Yeah. Like I said, it all goes back to that. And again, that's part of the long game, right? You continue to build that over time, being consistent, showing up, executing. Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Alex, what's something you've recently implemented in your business that allowed you to scale?
People. Having the right people in my team has allowed us to scale much faster, because I've used virtual assistants since 2016. I started off with 1 and 2, and now I have 10 virtual assistants that work for me full time. And when we have an idea, for us, it's being able to take that idea and making it a reality very fast. Whether it's a new pitch deck, a new graphics, within the day, we can make that happen, because we have the team to do it. And I tell you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without our team. There's no way. And even though they're virtual, they're phenomenal. Just like if they were here working with me,
Yeah.
You know, and I would say having the right people has definitely allowed us to scale and do what we do 100%.
It's great.
Good. Good. So, Dr. Alex, is there some advice you would share with somebody who's considering making a path change, going down a different route themselves?
Yeah, I would say find the right mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
Find the right mentorship. Find someone who's already done it, right?
Yeah.
People who's already done it, they will love to share it with you, you know? And people can reach out to people that they aspire to. And a lot of times people think that successful people don't like to share. What I found is that successful people can't wait to share as long as you're also going in with the right intention. And they will keep sharing as long as you show that you're also putting in the work and implementing what they've shared with you.
Right.
And that's what I found to be the most powerful.
Yeah, I've seen situations before where somebody seeks advice and then you give advice and then they don't follow through, and then you kind of feel like, well, okay, well, why did I do that? I wasted my time.
Exactly. Yeah, waste your time, waste your energy, right?
Yeah.
100%.
You know, or at least, you know, if you don't fully adopt the idea, great, morph it, make it your own. You know, but at the same point, don't completely ignore it and do the blatant opposite of what I just, you know, recommended you do, which I've seen before. You know,
I've seen that in practice, right? I've seen it in medical practice.
Right.
I've seen it in real estate where you give an advice, and I'm not giving an advice telling you to do something I haven't done. They asked me something. I said, this is what I've done, and this is how it was so successful.
Right.
You should do it. You should try it. You're in the same boat.
Right.
And then they don't take action.
Do the opposite, or do nothing. Yeah. We have a phrase that you know, again, I'm sure somebody said this as an original quote somewhere, but I can't track it. But anyway, they say you should learn from your mistakes. Well, we like to say, I'd rather learn from the mistakes of others. You know, again, back to your point about advice and mentors, and again, seeking knowledge for somebody who's been successful in what you're trying to, the direction you're trying to go. You know, you don't have to create the wheel yourself. That's what education is all about. That's what mentors are all about. That's what advisors are all about. So definitely
with the internet now, people who are successful sharing what they do, there is no reason to try to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
You know, because someone else has already done it. Right. You know, so I agree.
Yeah. I mean, there still will be trailblazers, and there's still going to be things that, you know, constantly are invented, but at the same point in time, you can still learn so much from others in the past, others have taken. So definitely.
Shortcut that. Yeah.
Right.
Excellent. Well, Dr. Alex, what's the best way for our listeners to reach out and learn more about what your projects you're working on and what you have going on with your company?
Yeah, they can visit my website, dralextam.com. They could reach out to me on LinkedIn. You know, it's really easy to reach out to me on LinkedIn. If people are looking to learn more about how to work with virtual assistants, on April 24th at 8 p.m., it's a Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a webinar to show people how to work with VAs. And then also in May, we're also doing a webinar on real estate for passive investors who want to learn more about it. So reach out to me on LinkedIn. My phone number, 775-717-0090. Reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to hop on a call.
Excellent. And we'll add those down in the show notes to make it easier for listeners to be able to contact you. Well, Dr. Alex, we really want to appreciate your time today. And thank you for being on the Road Less Traveled show. I really enjoyed the conversation and want to wish you continued success.
Absolutely. Bill and Richard, thank you so much.
Absolutely. We appreciate you being on, Dr. Alex. And we'd also like to thank our listeners. Please continue to give us a 5-star rating so we can bring you more great content like our show today with Dr. Alex Tam. And we want to remind everybody of a couple of things that Park Capital Partners has going on. First of all, we have the Park Capital Partners Value Add Fund, which is a 506c fund open today to accredited investors. We also have the Park Capital Foundation, which is a 501(c) nonprofit that Bill and I created as a way that we give back. The way that works very quickly is, first, we believe so strongly in that the money donated should go to do its best work, which is to help other people, that we actually fund the operations of the foundation. Second, we give personally. Third, we give corporately. And then finally, when investors invest with us, we make a donation to honor that investor by giving them the chance to choose from 15 pre-selected charities. So reach out today. Please join, reach out today to have a conversation with Bill and I anytime. Our website is parkcapitalpartnersllc.com, parkcapitalpartnersllc.com. And again, thank you, Alex, for being on. And remember, folks, the road less traveled may be calling you. We recommend that you listen and take action. Thanks for joining.